Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the BlitzBurgh Banter, a terrible podcast production. I am Aaron, your host, and this is Andrew. Frank.
Ooh, let's go. I'm so
go.
excited for this today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for this.
It's going to be a hell of an episode, is it not?
It is going to be a hell of an episode.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Aaron, what are we going to talk about today?
I believe we're talking about the offense. I think we're going to be talking about the quarterbacks, as boy, some crazy
We
stuff
are going
is
to be
happening.
talking about that quarterback room. It is a holy shit. Like, what has happened?
Well, we had a quarterback room, then we didn't have a quarterback room.
Right.
Like, well, no, I don't think we ever really had a quarterback room, essentially.
Oh, you had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for about 4 games last year, I do believe.
I mean, he did well. Got us into the playoffs.
Honestly, I think he deserved to start over Mr. Pickett, but we'll touch Mr. Pickett a little bit later. We'll get to him a little bit later.
We'll get into it. Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've seen the news or you live in a cave, but Pittsburgh Steelers did the most un-Pittsburgh Steelers thing in 20, 25 years. We signed Russell Wilson to a $1.2 million deal. How do you feel about that, Ron?
Unbelievable.
What
deal.
What are your thoughts about
My
that?
thoughts on that?
Yeah.
It's like going shopping at Marshalls or TJ Maxx and getting Russell Wilson off the
clearance
rack.
section.
Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah.
I mean, $1.2 million. Now, this is a man who had a great career at Seattle, and then, decides to leave, goes to Denver. First year, struggles in Denver. Was it his fault? Was it the coaching fault? I don't know. I don't follow Denver close enough, but everything I saw from Nathaniel Hackett, that man ain't ever going to be a head coach ever again in this league. I hate to say. Maybe in the CFL, hopefully not in the UFL. We don't want to expose those players to someone of his coaching caliber.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think it was the coaching situation there.
his first year. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
And then last year, looking at Russell Wilson's stats here, Aaron.
Yeah. Bring it up.
The man did actually pretty well. He threw for 26 touchdowns.
Yeah.
8 interceptions.
Yeah. Not bad.
The man was completing about 67% of his passes in a Sean Payne system. Now, don't get me wrong, Russell Wilson likes to ad-lib, but who also liked to ad-lib that used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, Ben Roethlisberger.
Number 7. Yeah, that's right.
7.
Big Ben.
Yeah, that's
Big
right.
Ben.
Yeah. The best to do it.
Right.
Since Sarah Bradshaw.
Right.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm thinking, Russ is obviously a little bit past his prime, but
That's what we think. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
he's in good shape. He's in much better shape than Big Ben was. Let's just be honest on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, for the first time, I'm actually excited about our quarterback room here.
Yeah. It's definitely more exciting than we had last year.
Oh, my gosh.
Right, or the year before,
Yeah,
essentially.
just 3 and out galore.
Yeah.
3 and out.
Back to the stats real quick, and we'll move on, obviously, but you brought up, 26 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, or 6 interceptions or something like that, right?
Right, and the team didn't even want him to play the last 2 games because of his contract situation. Sean Payne didn't want him there at all.
Yeah, that was in my opinion, in Denver. I don't want to speak for Denver. We're here about Pittsburgh, obviously. Fuck Denver. But my thoughts are that was Sean Payton. That was the issue there. In my opinion,
I would agree with you on that one.
Yeah. That's what I think.
And he can say whatever he wants to the media, but I don't think he wanted him there.
Yeah. We'll see what Sean Payton does this year, but he was good in New Orleans, but he had Drew Brees. So
right.
What more do we need to say there?
Yeah.
Drew Brees, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell of a talent.
Drew Brees, absolutely.
Hell of a pickleball player. Look him up on YouTube. Look him up on YouTube.
Yeah, plug pickleball, everybody.
Absolutely.
But back to my point of the 20. What is it? 28. Correct me if I'm wrong on those stats.
26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 67% of his passes were completing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He was thrown for about 7 yards a throw.
Yeah. Okay. So second down is 3 yards. That's doable. That's
right.
short. That's second and manageable, I'd say.
Right, and with our running game too.
But my point, and this is going to be a diss towards our Steelers. I got to keep it real. But I think that's more touchdowns than we had in 2 years combined.
I would agree.
We could potentially figure that out. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah.
Let's advance the timeline here by a day. So I was playing in a night volleyball tournament, and then all of a sudden I see this lovely little notification come across my phone from ESPN. Schefter reports Kenny Pickett is being traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What is going on in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
What is Omar Khan cooking up?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the man is the godfather.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not for the family, you're not going to help out the family,
You're
get
out.
the hell out.
You get out of the family.
Right.
Well, I mean, if that had happened on April Fool's, we all would have thought, holy shit, this is one hell of an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Right? We wouldn't have never have believed that we were actually getting rid of Pickett, so.
Right. And then the reports started coming out about, oh, well, he wanted to compete for the job. And then once Wilson came into the building, he said, no, like, get me the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Which to me, like, I mean, I'm not here to offer any career advice, but, him getting traded to the Eagles, I mean, there is a 0.00% chance the man's going to be starting
Starting over Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Right.
Unless some horrific thing happens to
in
Jalen
preseason,
Hurts,
right? Unless he gets injured. That's
which
like
we don't want to happen.
Right,
obviously.
right.
Yeah.
Unless he gets injured.
Yeah.
But at least if he would have stuck around in Pittsburgh, I mean, I would have, honest to God, said, from the organizational standpoint, I would have said it would have at least been a 50-50 shot that Kenny would be starting on day one. Because truthfully, I don't feel like the organization wanted to admit that Kenny was possibly a bust of a first-round draft pick.
Well, no, why would anyone want to admit that? I mean, I wouldn't want to admit that.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with that. I'd absolutely agree with that. But, him coming out of Pitt, I think, the Dan Marino situation, if we go years back, Dan Marino was at Pitt. He went to Miami Dolphins, obviously. Pittsburgh had the opportunity. He was right there in the
drafted
building.
him.
Correct. That's the point I'm making is he was in the building because it's shared with Pitt and the Steelers. So he was there. They let that kind of slip right through, walk out the door situation. So I think that's what happened with Kenny Pickett was, hey, we got another really decent quarterback here at Pitt, doing some good stuff. Absolutely doing some good stuff for Pitt.
But he played 6 years there.
Yeah.
Thank you to COVID.
Yeah.
Dan Marino only played what, 4, maybe 3.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the history on that. Yeah, but my point is, and that's why I think we went after him. I'm just talking for the organization. That's why I went after him. We saw potential, and we made a mistake with Marino in the past. Now, not saying that Pickett is Marino. Let's not make any assumptions there, obviously. But I think that's what happened.
Well, speaking of Pickett, let's look at his stats here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
2023.
Yeah.
6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Now, again, he wasn't the day one starter because the whole thing with Mitch and that.
Yeah.
62% completion percentage and about 2,000 yards, 81.4 rating. 2022. Yeah. 63% completion percentage, 2,404 yards, 7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 76.7 quarterback rating. And excuse me, that was 2022 when he wasn't the day one starter. That was never Mitch was.
Mitch was the starter. Yeah,
was brought in. So excuse me on that one. But if you look at his stats while he was here at Pittsburgh, total 13 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 4,474 yards, 62.6% completion percentage, and his QBR was 78.8. Now, that is literally the definition of average. That is literally
absolutely.
That is literally the definition of average. Now, is it 100% his fault? No. I mean, he had literally one of the worst offensive coordinators you could possibly ever have. I mean,
Canada.
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 Yeah,
Canada.
or the Fire Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you and I were there. You and I were there for the first time ever hearing that at the Ravens game, and the offense just looked pitiful.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. I mean, Kenny wasn't helping out the situation, but
no.
I mean, you just look at what the offense was trying to do, and
nothing.
Yeah, just close your eyes, turn away, and just walk out of that stadium, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, it was rough. I'd rather go to a high school game.
Right. So, but how do you feel about Kenny Pickett not being a part of the future here in Pittsburgh, Aaron?
Well, quite honestly, last Christmas, I got a little something here.
Oh, boy. This
is going to get fun. So last Christmas, I got the whole family. I was out in Pittsburgh and went to one of my favorite stores out there.
And what is that store? I
believe it's geez, I forget what it's called.
I believe it's definitely you.
Definitely you. There it is. Yeah.
Where we go in and buy a couple $100 worth of stuff whenever we show in there because I feel.
Who does that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel so bad for the owners because they're just trying to figure out what bags to put stuff in. But anyway, go check them out if you're ever in Pittsburgh.
Definitely you. That's right. That's right. I forgot. I shouldn't forget because they have a lot of my money. But one thing I want to say real quick, plug to Definitely You. Please get shopping carts in there. It makes it so much easier when you got crazy Steeler fans coming in and buying everything off of the walls.
Aaron still wants the James Harrison.
I do still want the James Harrison, print up
poster,
on the wall.
yes.
Yeah. I don't make me a deal. But anyway, back to last year, and I thought this would be a great Christmas present. I mean, who doesn't like Kennywood, right? So they've got these T-shirts. Kenny Pickett. So the Kennywood, but Kenny Pickett. You know what? Fuck you, Kenny Pickett, because you fucking left. You sucked. You didn't do anything. Get the hell out of town. Went to fucking Philly, for Christ's sake. That's what I got to say about that T-shirt. And I bought them for you all.
Well, that wasn't really, what the rage I was expecting out of you, Ron. I thought you were going to get a little bit more because literally the management's been fucking average.
Yeah.
He's literally C. He's like, I mean, any other career anyone else has, you just walk right into your job, and after 2 years, you're just producing this kind of output. I mean, whether it be tech, healthcare, or anything, your ass is on the chopping block. Like they're not even going to debate that with you, or they're just going to say, you know what, either get your numbers up or increase your productivity, or you're out. And here we are giving him chance after chance. And again, I still believe that would have been a 50-50 opportunity for him to be the day one starter if the situation would have stayed the same throughout.
Well, I went and picked this shirt up again because you're picking on me that wasn't angry enough.
No, that wasn't angry enough. That wasn't.
I burned this damn shirt.
You should burn that.
And I fucking throw it. Oh, but we're in a house right now, so I can't.
Speaking of, I guess
I threw it twice.
Well, I guess you saw the deal at Permane Brothers.
I don't know if this is water or vodka, but either way, I'm drinking it.
Well, anyway, if you're still coherent to understand this, AA Ron.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, but Permane Brothers was offering a deal. If you had a Kenny Pickett jersey, you could trade it in and get a $25 gift card.
Yeah, sounds like a great deal.
That is a great deal.
Who the hell's pulling up with a semi-load of Kenny Pickett jerseys? Let's go buy them now.
Exactly.
Buy them all off of Amazon. Actually, Marshalls. They probably have them on. They probably have them on sale.
They probably do have them on
right
sale.
next to Russell Wilson. There we go.
Yeah, the Denver Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I don't give a shit either way. We still got him for $1.2 million.
Steelers, here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then,
all right, here. That was big news. Yeah,
that was big news.
Let's go to the next one.
And then a couple days later, ESPN was talking about. I didn't think it was going to personally happen, but then Omar Khan,
the other shoe drops.
Omar Khan. Again, the godfather of Pittsburgh, the godfather of the Yinzers out there.
Indeed.
Makes a trade with Chicago.
Yeah.
For Justin Fields.
Yeah.
For a 6th round pick, conditional that it goes up to a 4th round, depending on how many snaps, total or percentage of snaps he plays, Ron.
Yeah. It's 50% or whatever.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like we just fleeced the NFL.
Oh yeah. Oh, we robbed.
In the most demanding, highest paid position in the NFL, our quarterback room is better.
I think didn't that happen on St. Patrick's Day when everyone was drunk in Chicago?
That might have.
I think that's what happened.
What was happening with that front office staff out there? And
well, Pittsburgh, they weren't partying; they were doing business. Meanwhile, Chicago was getting wasted, drunk, and we were still on Justin Fields in the middle of the day.
Well, they got to get wasted drunk. They got to decide where that first pick. But like, oh my God. Now, so what are your thoughts on this, Ron? Do you feel this is a good thing having Wilson and Justin Fields, who are both starters in the NFL? Or, I mean, obviously Wilson has ton of history starting, played in 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Fields, we don't fully know, but in terms of athletic and his ceiling, way better than what we had in the room before.
He's got a lot of potential. Absolutely.
Right.
So first off, I want to say this, the whole Chicago situation, I want to go out. I've got some friends that are Bears fans. I feel horrible for you all. But there you go. That's pretty much the situation there with Chicago and us taking Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, we got these two guys. I mean, just talking about Russell Wilson, better than Kenny Pickett, right? Better than Mitch Trubisky, right?
Right.
Better than Rudolph. I think Russell Wilson is going to be the starter. I think that's where we're going with things, obviously. And I think Fields is going to be the backup, obviously, to Russell. But for a young quarterback and Justin Fields, who better than to learn from than a Russell Wilson type quarterback? I mean, really, two-time Super Bowl winner.
And my thought, Aaron, is that they both chose to be there.
Yeah, they both wanted to be there.
Wilson chose to come to Pittsburgh.
Yep,
he chose to come to Pittsburgh.
Yep, he wanted to be there.
Fields, not that Fields necessarily could choose his destination.
Yeah.
But something tells me that out of the options that were presented to Chicago, I feel like Fields said, I want to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because especially with looking at our quarterback room and also looking at our talent on offense in terms of individual talent, it's way better than what he had out in Chicago. Hell, he had to deal with Chase Claypool for a year.
Yeah, we got rid of him. Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't have a therapist dealing with him,
Yeah, it's a shame. I was a Claypool fan when he was here at Pittsburgh. Absolutely.
His rookie year, but then,
But, sometimes you hit that self-destruct button. So maybe that was what was going on there. And, obviously, Canada is gone. I love Canada, but not Matt Canada. Let's just get that straight. But Arthur Smith, we have a new OC. He's definitely more of a run offense. But I think that's gonna open up a lot of possibilities though too for the quarterbacks and our receivers.
But if we look at what Wilson succeeded with in Seattle was a run-heavy first offense, and using play action. We look at what Justin Fields is good at.
Yeah, the play option.
Play action.
Your play action. Yep.
Spread it out.
Yeah.
And here's what I'll say about Justin Fields.
Yeah.
He may not be the starter, but do I see packages coming in for him?
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
They're
red zone.
Yep.
Red zone packages, absolutely. Him out of spread, him with zone reads with Najee or Warren, that can be a dangerous thing that we can employ.
Oh, yeah.
Onto defenses.
You've got two bruisers for running backs.
Right.
Bruisers. Absolute people. I forget the players, but I've read articles not out there. They actually hate tackling Jaylen Warren. Let's just
he's just like a cannonball.
Yeah, you look at Najee, love the Jersey brother. But you look at Najee. He's a big boy, no joke. None at all. Out of Alabama, he's like a Derrick Henry type running back. And then you get a Jaylen Warren. He's smaller, absolutely a little bit smaller stature. But he's just violent.
And they run angry.
Yeah,
that's why they run all those angry runs.
Angry runs.
How
many did we win this year? 4?
Either 4 or 5.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They won it at the NFL honors. So
yeah, but I do believe Good Morning Football loves our running backs. So I feel like every Sunday there's when's it gonna happen? Let's hand him the award.
Hand him the scepter. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So go ahead.
But I don't see a controversy happening this year.
Like last year, yeah.
Right. Do I believe the fans might start, chanting for Fields if things go kind of sideways? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But honestly, like on paper, we are better. And realistically, if Russell Wilson does the same thing he did last year, I'm not saying we're going to win a Super Bowl. I don't know if we're there yet.
Yeah.
Well, Kansas City's having their issues right now too, signing people. But again, as long as you have Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But in terms of our roster overhaul, in terms of free agency, this has been the most unlike Pittsburgh Steelers things that we've done in the past 20 years because we love to promote within. And sometimes that's great to be loyal, but also it's 2024 and things are different now in professional sports world.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's what have you done for me lately or recently?
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely big business more nowadays than what it used to be, I feel like.
Right.
Absolutely.
And honestly too, with quarterbacks being drafted, you only have about a year and a half of starting to prove that you're the guy.
Yeah.
Or it's time to start
to move somebody. Yeah,
right.
Or you're getting
figure
replaced.
it out. Yeah. Go on to plan B. So again, Pickett, I truly believe if he was still a Pittsburgh Steeler coming into 2024, I believe that he had 4 games to prove it.
Yeah.
To prove it.
Yeah, and
if he somehow won the starting position. Now, don't be wrong, he had the cards were stacked against him.
Yeah, I mean,
but
yeah, I mean, me throwing my tantrum there, I definitely wanted the best for Kenny Pickett. Absolutely. Do I think that he had the greatest supporting cast and helping him, like as far as OC and things? No, I don't. I really don't think at all. Did they not think that he had a strong enough arm? Things like that. Maybe that was part of it.
I mean, he definitely had small enough hands.
So yeah, he did. Yeah, if the glove fits, or if it fits, you convict, or if it doesn't fit, whatever. Yeah, that's. But that's the thing there. I threw that tantrum there and whatnot, and yeah, go to Philly, fuck Philly. But just saying, like, I just don't think that he had the greatest supporting cast to help him succeed and whatnot. But with that being said, you have to freaking want to do it yourself as well. Do you know what I mean?
You got to want to compete.
You got to want to compete. That's literally anywhere. That's in life. That's
anywhere.
If
I'm Kenny Pickett, I hope to God Jalen Hurts does not get injured, because if you have those stats, you play like you did
in Philly.
Oh
shit!
They won't give you 3 games. Yeah. They'll give you a quarter.
Yeah.
And after that, it's booze, and they're
stuff thrown at you.
Yeah. So
yeah.
He might be an Eagles fan, but I just hope you're ready to possibly deal with that culture.
Deal with the wrath.
Yeah.
Because it's a completely different wrath than Steeler Nation.
Right.
Sure.
We will give opportunity after opportunity, and then we'll tell you how we truly feel. But Philly, they'll tell you how they truly feel in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. If that.
If that.
If that. Yeah. If you ever drive in Philly, it's not even. It's literally 5 seconds, not even.
Yeah.
But Pittsburgh, I mean, people out. We're more understanding folk. We take our time, things like that. Absolutely.
Well, we're loyal.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Absolutely. I would agree with that. So, but go ahead.
But yeah, so let us know
what your thoughts are.
Yeah, give us your thoughts, like, down in the chat. Like, hit us up on Instagram, YouTube, on TikTok. Let us know. Do you believe that there's going to be a controversy in Pittsburgh this year, or who do you think is going to be the day one starter?
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be Wilson.
Yeah, I would agree.
If it's a true true competition, though, I mean, I'm not going to close the door on Fields.
No, absolutely not. That'd be
Let us know. We'd love to see what your thoughts are and kind of engage with everyone, and let's just see what everyone's thoughts are about this. But this is an exciting opportunity, though, in Pittsburgh that we haven't had since Ben retired.
Oh yeah, it's been forever. Yeah, I can't even remember.
Right, and even Ben's last 2 years, like it was.
Oh, that was rough. Yeah, that was
right.
rough.
It was
too.
time.
Yeah, it was time. Yeah.
But shout out to Omar Khan, the godfather of Pittsburgh,
and cooking all day and all night long.
He is, cook. Yeah, him and Russ share something in common.
Yeah,
because they're always in that kitchen.
That's right. Cook it up. All right, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, hit us up. Thank you again.